Welcome back. We're finishing this today. I've been out for a couple of days, just been work and tired. But we're gonna finish this today with this final ending or whatever it is, and then probably a little bit of time in between. But we'll move on to what is it? Virtues. Hang on. What is it? Give me 1 second. I'm just checking what it's called. I forget. Virtue's Last Reward. Okay. So last time, we got the rest of the endings. Got to the finale. And, yeah. So right now we're trying to go after Santa and June. Lights to the books. Oh, what does that mean? Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? For the rest of their lives lost in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining at all. I live in the darkness, yet. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Humble brag. It's a coat. Well, this one's not too big, so maybe just hats. Handrail is made of metal. Ernal, Pew. I'll just gibberish. What if we switch them around? Switch them around. Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. I like it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Pen. Wait. Peon. Or nope. Nope. Here. One here. I don't know. Probably have to come back to that. Gravity value's going up out in space too these days. I guess times are tough for aliens too. One says cosmic inflation. What? What are they talking about? Quantum gravity. 7, do you have any idea what this is? How about you start? Then maybe we'll get somewhere. All that's here is Faraday laws of electrolysis. Ooh, that's going to be about electrolysis. And electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday. Supersystemic string theory in 10-dimensional space-time? Superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where it says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersystemic strings. Okay. Like in Dandy? Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know that. That's Einstein, right? value of conformal field theory. It's a theory that posits in... Oh my god, these are big words. In a invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. Knock it off with this science voodoo stuff. Trying to put me to sleep. Nothing there, though. Kitab al-Aziz. Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al-Hazred? God. Said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. What? Oh. So these are all occult books and stuff? So it says the golden rabbit and the moon. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Durogonobor? Rabbits are cute, but what's the moon stuff about? It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon according to Chinese legend. This book is called Mind Swap. You mean you could like change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother. You wouldn't pay too much. I'd rather die than let someone. What? What? Okay. Teletemporation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemporation. First, having the ability to travel through time. Jeez, there's a lot of book. Okay. Energy theory. I don't even understand the damn title. Look at the shelves, all science and technology. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? I would guess evolution. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails. As they're no longer useful. The nutrients required to grow them better put to use elsewhere. God, I can't talk to At least that's what I read. I was rather young. Or that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it correctly. Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? Why? Is it in Braille? Like, why are you able to read it? Oh, wait, I forgot you. Oh, yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He ventured pictures of many of the things he'd examined and published them in books. I'd hazard a guess this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Creatures of the South Seas. I wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Astute observation. Introduction to geology. That I know. It's just the way the Earth is. Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean, kind of romantic in a way, I guess. What does that mean? This one says transition of extinct species. We need to hurry it up, or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Who's going to write the book, though? Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Mother Nature. That's some sort of book about hippie chicks. Probably not, except perhaps tangent. Tangentially. No. Tangentially, these are big words, God. Except perhaps tangentially, it's most likely about the environmental protection. Or about environmental protection. They're just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks, really? Not the time, dude. The theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. Everybody does. This is that Darwin guys, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Yep. As far as natural selection hasn't fucked over the human race at this point. Or at least some of them. Because people are fucking dumb. Theories of the Cambrian explosion. Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Okay. Oh, I can't go down. Okay. Did I get all these? Yes. Alright, we going down. The Pythagorean theorem. This is a famous one. It sounds like there are a number of math problems in this section. I don't want to even algebraic number theory. Another one like that over here. You need something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry. Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. There was a book named Algebraic Number Theory. I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Like I was right. Looks like I was right. This one's Goldbach's Conjecture. Conjecture? What's it about? Like magic? Psychic stuff or something? Right, but it's about jewelry, isn't it? It may have an odd title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said it. Let's not get into it. Let's not get into it right this second. That's a weird book, isn't it? Indian mathematics. Haha, that's funny. Why is that funny? Also, math book with Pythagorean theorem. Oh boy. Owen! Wait, are these names? Hold on, we'll come back to that. It says Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about? It's pretty straightforward. Heavens, though, there's so many factors: length, girth, lubrication, or lack of. An exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa. What? There are books here in all sorts of languages. There's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. This? Oh. Astronomy. Books of sort of glass inlay. Pretty big, but there's only 6 books on it. Seems kind of weird. Okay, it's not like there's something on the bottom. I can't really see through the glass so far. It says astrology. Balls. I thought that was a door. Let's see what we got here. So many books here. I wonder what this one's. Whoa, what's this one? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, he grabbed her hand. Is that what? Is this origin of Japanese folklore? I think there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture. Mostly ones about folklore, though. Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects: history, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Book can cover all those things if you know where to look. This looks pretty deep. Agriculture and historical organizations in folklore. Modern Japanese literature. Huh. Wait. Manga. Picture book here? I feel like it's an old folktale. Don't you think it's a little weird that this book's the only picture book? You gotta hold on. Tales of Old Japan? Well, are you gonna open it? Pretty sure it's got a page inside. Smart. Whoa! Sex. SE5? What is that? Well, when I open it, these 4 letters popped out. I guess it's a pop-up book? SE5. I wonder what that means. Oh, big library, dude. Alright, hang on. Is this the code for this, maybe? No. Maybe... Oh, I didn't check over here. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot? Isn't it just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. It's another one of those kids' picture books. It's a lot like the other one we found. Cowboys and Indians. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa! Guess it's one of them pop-up books, right? With the letter... Oh. Where do you see R? Large round... Where do you see R? What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. This book's called Greek Mythology. I know that shit. Yeah, that thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone actually reading the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Dude, Greek Mythology's awesome. Book called History of the Western World. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake. Doesn't seem like you. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something? Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. That's racist. History of the medieval period. The history of Buddhism. Look, this one says cultural heritage of Rome. But that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. Huh. Creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention most of these are like the reptiles in the 50s without hair. I can't imagine they had much need for herbs. It's got nothing to do with this. What the fuck? Black hole hypothesis? Wait. Energy theory, development of nanotechnology, interaction between shortwave energy and matter. What else? I was listening to you read this, that was giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along with well. Oh. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along with you're about talking about the stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh. Bad kind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work? Labournese? This book is in German. Looks like it's the complete work of something. I've never heard of it. If Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? Sheldrake? Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... Got the volume number on the lowest part of the spine. This one's missing. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. This. There are dim lights on the floor. Dim lights are set at 3 points across the floor. Small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look kind of like music stands. Hey Jimmy, you think maybe you're supposed to put those pop-up books on the stands? And you can open them up? Oh yeah, if you do that, then they make a shadow on the bottom. True, but there are 3 stands, right? We don't have enough picture books. In other words, we need 3 picture books. So there's another one somewhere? Let's check. Maybe you just can't give us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. Oh! 932415. What? Oh, maybe it's 6. Wait. No. I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? I didn't know that was... Open says me, bitch. What is this? Okay. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too, unless I missed my guess. It should generate quite a bit of light. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. That was it? That's all I needed? 3 lights in this thing. They're very bright though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't we put it into one of those lights? Yeah. Well, it got a lot brighter, but if there's 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. It won't be much. It won't be much point unless we can replace all 2 bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs. Where? I think I've checked. Oh, I didn't check these. Principles of monkey behavior, huh? Imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to human evolutionary, so I imagine the research was fruitful. It looks like here's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density, and Bone Strength. I'm just saying that because it says muscle. The book is just called Dissection. Books are supposed to be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. Very massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Human Equilibrium Theory. Human Anatomy. The generation of internal organs. This one looks just like that picture book from earlier. The one with the pop-ups. You think they're part of a series or something? They do have the same bindings. Fundamentals of Baseball. There's a baseball in this one. Come on, Jupiter, see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa! Head! Damn! There's H-E-A-D popping out of it. Functions of the human brain. This is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kind of curious about it, too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Dissection Atlas. The whole shelf is full of medical books. Look, this one's called Reaction of Lost Human Functions. Maybe you're talking about if you, like, lose part of... Oh, recreation. If you, like, lose part of your body, then you can grow back. I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that you kind of once possessed? In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. Ancient Gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they're researching human physical limits across history? One of those books about religion, like a history of religion. Oh, I read this one. Don't think there's anything else. Okay. How about we try putting picture books on the stands? Then... Blammo! That's a little weird. You can sort of see the letters. It's too dark in here to really tell, though. Well, it probably means our light isn't bright enough. So I gotta find more light bulbs somewhere? On top of the table it says, lights to the books. Ow. Ooh. Peon. Oh, wait. Bulb. Open here, find bulb. Ah. You did it, Junpei. Guess that turned out well enough. Those letters from how to spell out. Open here, find bulb. Give me that shit. Where else was there something like that? They forgot to take the light bulb out of right there. It's okay. Wasn't there another one over here? No. That's the only other one I can think. I didn't check. Huh. Did I check over here? Oh no, I didn't. What's that? Start a comic book? I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book's talking about automated machinery that's used to be built to build things like cars. God, I cannot talk today. Automated robotic assembly line techniques. What's that one called? It says Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. Communications of Computer Science. It's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague I don't really know what it might be about. Overview of photochemistry. I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? What the fuck? I think there's something behind the bunks. Yeah, it's a light bulb. Don't shove, I'm not kidding, don't push me. What the heck, man? I wasn't gonna, but now that you bring it up... You're a dick. Yeah, this thing is narrow, I feel like I'm walking across a tightrope. Geez, Snake, aren't you scared? Imagine a wall 20 inches wide that runs along the top of a 10-story building. You walk along that wall, Junpei? No way! Then what about a balance beam in a gymnasium? Oh, well, that's easy. You don't find that strange? Balance beam is far narrower than 20 inches. So why is it that a balance beam poses no challenge to you, but the hypothetical of a 10-story wall does? The light can easily turn people into cowards. From time to time, a life in darkness can give you courage. Spin! Spin! Alright. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Yeah, they should. Sheldrick 5. Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. Something projecting on the bottom. Oop. I don't know, I had to grab something. These letters, they seem familiar. It's almost like the book over here! Oh, I didn't check what it said.
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
Okay, bro.
You did. Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh.
Damn it, why'd you remember?
Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
What the fuck? Why does it matter?
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet. and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice.
Wait, you know Zero?
He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh?
Back.
What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the Nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you.
Oh, you left a part out, didn't
However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
you? What?
It's a threat on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me.
That's the problem.
I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
Happy as a clam? Who says that?
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
I
Why?
don't think it's him.
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment.
Or
I'm
his
sure
sister was.
he wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
But
Hey,
why?
Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
This.
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment.
What was her
She
name?
told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine...
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yes, we
There
know
were
this.
4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagachika Musashido.
I'm trying to make sure it's not an anagram. No, okay.
Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division.
Oh, I know who that is now.
Musashido was their majority stockholder.
I don't know who that is.
It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment.
I know who two. Oh, that's the. Wait! Wait, that's the guy that he pushed into in the middle, in the purple. Whoa!
Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
Huh, so it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido...
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale.
One moment.
To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will.
I didn't mean to do that. See, I meant to do this. Hold on. So, So Ace, 9, the guy that got killed, and a third party that we don't know. They gathered 10 people or so, the 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. Purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind for sheer will. Mind control, okay.
The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The
Really?
more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before.
That's not morphogenetic field. That's people talk about something, and it gets around.
Why is that? How could it happen?
That's dumb.
The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye.
That's not no. That's
And
stupid.
through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it.
The devil.
Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Umbrella Corporation.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen?
They would listen to them more often than not.
If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well.
Okay. If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do a handstand. Yeah.
Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Do whatever
Come
the
on,
fuck you
there's
want.
no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
Be terrifying.
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
What? This is
Hongo
absurd.
used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped.
Yeah.
There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following.
So does that mean that there's no way these 2 are siblings?
There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind?
Sure.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the field.
How did he gain access to the Gigantic?
The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape.
So, literally, I just want to say, it's probably a fictional fucking thing, but morphogenetic field does not exist, because if that were the case, the way I would have gotten these answers to the problems in here would have come much smoother and much quicker, and I wouldn't have had to Google some of them.
But if you fail,
That's all.
then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown.
That's fucked.
Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
Which one was Apollo 13?
It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic and Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That
So which one are we
is the
in?
simplest explanation I can manage.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses? Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Who was the... Then tell me the name of the girl who died.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment.
2 of them died?
After all, you couldn't exactly play a Nonary game with any less, could you?
Because 9 plus 9
Well,
15.
yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children.
Names?
However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi.
Aoi.
The sister's name was... Her name was...
Is it Akane?
Her name was Akane.
Fuck you!
That was the girl who died.
No way! Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so pissed. No fucking way.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago? Then, who is June? No. That's impossible.
They didn't say the name.
Can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh, fuck you. If she's a ghost, I'm so
Someone else.
pissed.
Of course it was. It has to be.
Fuck you.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine.
Fuck you, dude.
Let's get back down there, alright? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
I swear to fucking God, dude. No fucking way. I swear to God, if this chick is dead and I've been talking to a ghost, I am going to be so upset. What is this? 13, 14, 10, 13? Why would I know that? Internet connection went down. Let me double check it. I swear to God. I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be really upset. Let me see. Why would I know that? Internet connection went down. Let me double check it. I swear to God, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be really upset. Oh, 13. Oh, it did go out. Look at that. Awesome. Look at that. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool, dude. That's awesome. That's so awesome, dude. I can only enter 4 letters. Then why don't you just convert the numbers to letters? Convert the numbers to letters. Oh, the letters of the... I'm not going any further until this comes back. No, I'm not playing this fucking game, dude. We're doing, I think it's gonna be multiple streams then. That's so cool, dude. That's so fucking awesome.